San Antonio's unique history and its heroes. It's a celebration of
Good evening and welcome to the 79th annual Texas Cavaliers River Parade, the one and only of its kind in America. Tonight it is a beautiful night here at the Arneson River Theater along the San Antonio River Walk. I'm Myra Arthur.
And I'm David Sears. And Myra and I have been together about 9 years now, bringing you this parade to stand and remove your hats. And you at home, join in how you feel.
The Texas Cavaliers place such high importance on our military, on our service members. So we want to take you a little bit further down the river to IBC Plaza for a special presentation of our national anthem by local musician and San Antonio native, Caroline Hale.
Yes, it did. No better way to start the festivities in San Antonio than with the national anthem, because this is Military City, USA. Beautiful rendition.
We got a beautiful crowd out here this evening, and we could not have picked a better weather day than this for the River Parade. It has been, toasty in years past. Not tonight. It is a beautiful night to be out here on the river. And for those who aren't here with us in person, we are so glad to be bringing it to you live wherever you are, whether you're at home or on any of our streaming platforms.
Once again, beautiful night. Adam Caskey is fired up and ready to go. And he is amongst the crowd.
If that doesn't make you feel something about this nation, I don't know what will.
Viva Fiesta! Give me a Viva Fiesta! Viva!
Two entrants.
Yeah! See, we're just warming it up right now because it's actually kind of cool today. Oh, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby! We're going to have some good time. Now, you always have to have a few key things when coming to the parades. You got to have your medals and sound like a dog when you're walking around, right? Have your medals, right? Got to have those ready to go. And your cascarone holster. Got to have these babies ready to go. You got to be loaded up, ready to fire back at any moment, or ready to just instigate and initiate it. And then, I love the Cavaliers because they asked me to bring the Cañón de Casquirón. And we will be, we will be, it's all muzzle control, I know, right? I took the safety classes on it. But yeah, we'll get it going later on once, the parade's going, and we'll get the crowd ready to rumble and ready to roar. All right, here's our first, coming by, back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. The very first float every year of this parade, one of the most important, the Military 4th Reconnaissance Battalion. From Houston to Hurricane Harvey, Dhabi to Iraq. These men and women serve and provide a tremendous service to our country far and wide.
The battalion traces its roots all the way back to the formation of the 4th Marine Division in World War II, the storied sands of Iwo Jima, and that's where the division first fought.
They have fought in every single campaign since World War II. And check out this float. Kicking things off tonight, King Antonio himself, the king who presides over all fiesta festivities. Welcome to the Arneson River Theater.
The 101st king, this is Scott Allen Christie.
He is a second-generation member of the Texas Cavaliers. King Antonio has the big job of reigning over all of Fiesta 2024.
He is from San Antonio, graduated from Alamo Heights. He attained a bachelor's degree in history from the University of Texas in Austin back in 2001. And after graduation, he came back to San Antonio. He's now the president of his family's business, Triangle Reproductions.
So he and his aides are making their way from the Arneson Theater across Rosita's Bridge, where this is all a huge part of the ceremony here for the Texas Cavaliers. They're welcoming their leader, their king, the king of Fiesta. He will cross this bridge under those swords, and he will give a speech to officially kick things off.
As he makes his way to the stage, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for his opening remarks. And welcome back to the Arneson River Theater, the 2024 Texas Cavaliers River Parade. As you can see, the king has made his way to the stage with his court and their wives. We're waiting for his speech in just a moment.
He will give a speech to kick things off, and as we wait, I can tell you off camera here to our right, Adam Caskey is stuffing confetti in the canyon. So we're gonna get, that was some of his. We're gonna get pyrotechnics on the stage, but we got our own here with Adam Caskey off to the side. This is King Antonio, the 101st, Scott Christie. He's about to introduce the parade marshal tonight, Jonathan Deere, and Grand Marshal William Beckman.
Thank you, Arneson Theater. Thank you. Viva Fiesta. And welcome to the 79th Texas thousands tuning in live on KSAT 12. Tonight promises to be a beautiful night for the festivities and marks the 79th time King Antonio has had the privilege of leading the River Parade down our Riverwalk. Let me introduce my council group here on stage with me. First and foremost, my lovely wife, Emily. And sitting there in the front row are my two incredible daughters, Parker and Georgianne. The three of you are a daily inspiration to me, and I appreciate it. Also joining me is the commander of the Texas Cavaliers, Paul Ross Jr., and his lovely wife, Helen. Managing the King's schedules and activities is a huge job. I want to recognize the hardest working man in Fiesta, my day aide, Casey Fry, and his wife, Elizabeth. Night aide, David Mose, and his wife, Amelita. And last but not least, my executive aide, Pete McLaughlin, and his bride, Lauren. Now all the Castle kids that are here, stand up and wave. Y'all get a big way to go, Castle kids. We are very excited to announce that $8.5 million has been raised and pledged for the new Texas Cavaliers Children's Education Center at the Alamo. In addition, another $1 million has been set aside in grants to benefit 63 carefully vetted charities, children's organizations that clothe, feed, educate, nurture, and shelter San Antonio's youth. That would not be possible without the help and generous contributions from our members, our community partners, and one of the most inspiring leaders that San Antonio's ever known. Please join me in welcoming Susan Naylor. With Susan's generous involvement each year, we wouldn't be able to help all the folks that we do. These organizations depend on our funding And because of her love for this community, we're able to do that. Let's give her a Viva Fiesta on 3. 1, 2, 3. Susan, would you come and say a few words?
Love you too. So, remind me tonight, it is... Sorry, no, you're...
All right, as we get underway here after the speeches, the ceremonial welcome for everyone here for the Texas Cavaliers River Parade. The first floats should be coming down the river momentarily. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back to get it all started after this. Welcome back to the Texas Cavaliers River Parade. Every parade has a grand marshal, and this year it is William Beckman.
He is no stranger to San Antonio stages. Matter of fact, when we caught up with him, he was getting ready to play at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, and he is all about this community.
So the Grand Ole Opry, Frost Bank Center, and play Houston. That's a big rodeo. So where does Grand Marshal of the San Antonio Cavaliers River Parade stack up?
I mean, up there with all of that, you know. This job, this career is what I've always wanted to do, and it takes me some really cool places, and I get to do things that you always sort of have in the back of your mind, and then they actually come to fruition, and you got to pinch yourself.
Is this one of those where all the friends and family show up?
Absolutely, because I'm from Del Rio, so San Antonio is the closest big city to Del Rio. So I grew up coming to San Antonio, and
growing up in Del Rio, a lot of influences in your music. Talk about those.
2 or 3 different radio stations that were country stations. But yeah, when you just got on the pickup, it was usually something in Spanish.
What's the reaction when you start singing in English and you sing all these country songs, and then next thing you know, you're singing a song in Spanish?
It's usually a pretty good reaction, especially in a city like San Antonio. But I've been all over the country, and you know, I always make sure to sing one song in Spanish. It definitely catches people by surprise if they don't see it coming.
And a lot of people say that you are pure country.
That's honestly how I was taught. You know, that when it comes to writing, at least, for, you know, Radney Foster to me was one of the greatest songwriters to ever do it, and I was lucky enough to have him as a mentor. When I was really young, he was the one that kind of steered me into songwriting. And
one of the ones that struck me was Dance All Night, because it's got the country, and then you have some Tejanos, and then it's a waltz.
I wrote that song when I was maybe a freshman in college or something. I sort of based that song off of Acuña, this bar in Acuña, which is the town that borders my hometown, and the bar is called the Corona Club. It's a famous bar. They shot some movies there.
It's a great song, and I think a lot of you saw great. Till January. Talk about that one, Still January.
That song is a song that was, it's a Keith Gaddis song. He wrote that song by himself, and you know, he passed away a couple days after we put the song out. And he was a friend. He was a friend to all of us. Wade Bowen and Randy Rogers, those guys introduced me to him, and every time I got to hang around him, it was really cool. And I'm glad I got to record that song, and hopefully I did it justice.
Talk to me about when you got the call that informed you that Cavaliers wanted you to be the Grand Marshal of the River Parade. I
was over the moon, yeah. I mean, it's an honor to get to do something like that. You know?
What do you anticipate it being like for you?
I don't know. I would imagine it's going to be a lot of waving. Hopefully seeing some fans, hopefully seeing some people that enjoy country music.
I think Randy Rogers sang a song before he got on.
Well, if that means I've got to sing 2, then we're going to sing 2. If we've got to one-up him any way we can, we're going to do it.
And I was asked if I would sing just a little piece of one song, and so if it's okay with you, we're going to do a little song for you. I do need help singing this song, though. There's a part where everybody's supposed to sing along. Everybody knows this song, so it goes like this. Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te me vas a quedar. Con dinero y sin dinero, yo hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey.
William Beckman, tonight's Grand Marshal of the Cavaliers River Parade, just wrapping things up on stage. We're going to get the float started right after this break.
And our final judge,
welcome back to the River Parade. We are just about to get things started. If you're new to the parade, just know tonight's theme is Viva America. All of these floats are elaborately decorated, and they are judged as they're rolling down the river.
And they're just announcing the judges tonight. And if you are from San Antonio, you've been here a while, you'll recognize several of the names. One of them just was introduced is San Antonio's own boxing champion. I always wanted to say it like this: Jesse James Leha. Leha.
And KSAT's own David Elder.
Okay.
He's one of the judges. Okay. I didn't give that the enthusiasm of Jesse James Leha.
There he is. There he is. There's our judges.
We know him. We love him.
So they're gonna have to work cut out for him tonight because these folks have stepped up their game.
And floats represents an American signature, some place that we all know, we've all heard about, or we've been lucky enough to see. So the first one tonight was the Grand Ole Opry with our Grand Marshal on board.
And it's only fitting that he was sang for the first time at the Grand Ole Opry earlier, so that's fitting. And so now we move on to our next float.
Guess the theme of this one, based on the costumes on board. We have the Alamo. That is the theme of this float tonight. The Texas Cavaliers charitable honoree this year. They pick one every year that they dedicate so much of their funds to each year. And this year it's the New Education Center at the Alamo. I got a chance to go down to the Alamo and check out what this is going to be. We can all remember taking a field trip to the Alamo. This is going to be a place dedicated to kids, to students, from the moment they arrive there until they learn the full story of the Alamo's history.
Of course, they are changing the whole footprint of the Alamo. The Alamo's staying in the same spot, and everything about the Alamo is staying in the same spot. They're just increasing it. They're moving some of the museums across the street, so they've made some changes there. So the Alamo is finally going to get the respect that a lot of people thought it deserved because of what it represents here in the state of Texas.
Yeah, how many times have you brought family, friends from out of town, and they said, that's it?
Yeah.
This is it?
Why is the McDonald's across the street from the Alamo? What's up with that?
It's totally changing if you haven't been down there to check it out. And, you know, the story of Texas independence, honoring Texas heroes of that famous battle, that's a huge reason why the Texas Cavaliers got started in the first place. So every year we have such a presence for our military here in Military City, USA.
Matter of fact, here's the Texas Cavaliers River Parade medal this year, and it's got the Alamo in the center, and actually the Alamo spins around.
It's pretty cool. It's the Alamo as papel picado on one side, and then a golden Alamo on the other.
So they're definitely representing the Alamo here at the Honors River Theater.
All right, Joint Base San Antonio military ambassadors. The Air Force has the honorary role this year of serving as Fiesta Military Coordinator. And all the ambassadors on board represent the 6 military service branches.
not every day you get an opportunity.
Of course, there's a huge commitment to the military to San Antonio, and a huge commitment from San Antonio to the military.
Everyone on this float, their hearts of service.
You can just hear how the crowd reacts when they see. San Antonio is one of the largest cities for veterans, for folks who retire. They stay right here in San Antonio because of all the service bases that we have here. Even though some have closed over the years, it's still Military City, USA.
And on board, they have the band Top Flight from the U.S. Air Force Band of the West. Let's take a listen.
Technical Sergeant Ben Johnson was on the drums, Staff Sergeant Adam Walker on the keys, Senior Airman Mitchell Powers on the guitar, Senior Airman Jack McDonald playing bass, Senior Airman Emily Marshall on vocals, Airman First Class Isaac.
All right, a break in the floats means more are coming down the river. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the River Parade. You see those guys down there on the stage in those cowboy hats? They are two rodeo announcers who are keeping this crowd engaged. And what did they just tell us about Lanier High School?
He said that they made 17,000 tamales. It was
hold
a record for that many tamales.
And you know what? David Sears was there that day.
I was there that day when they did it.
that.
Did a story on them. Had a few tamales myself, so it was really a few less than the 17,000 maybe.
All right, coming down the river right now, U.S. Air Force installation at Mission Support Center from Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland. Such a military presence in this parade each and every year, and I love that they are the first that we see because they're so important to not only this city, but the entire world.
And on the float with them, the ensemble from the Air Force.
Ladies, somebody throw a man in uniform. Give them a round of applause.
Every one of the Texas Cavaliers said, wait, these are uniforms.
They are uniforms.
They were talking about you guys. You guys look great.
All right, we're going to be bringing our next float in here.
All right, the next float coming down the river is the Cottage School for Deaf Children, and their theme today is Rodeo Drive. But in Texas, we would just probably call it Rodeo Drive.
You made sure to remind me of that before this broadcast. Hey, Myra, it's rodeo, not rodeo.
But we are in Texas, and apparently that's from California, where all the beautiful people hang out, go shopping in their fancy cars, and go in all the fancy stores, because they can afford to go in that store.
You know,
they're beautiful people.
I've seen lots of movies about all that.
Yeah.
The Sunshine Cottage School for Deaf Children. It's an incredible resource here, right near Trinity University. They provide language services school for children with hearing disabilities, newborns through 4th grade. Their students use hearing devices to help them learn to hear, to talk, and to improve their lives.
And that's one of the things that they want to make a point of, that these kids do not sign language. They actually hear and speak. So that's how important this cottage is, that this school is for these kids. All right, our next float is the Kids Adventures, and they are going off to the Grand Canyon.
I'm telling you, let's tell you a little bit about this group as they make their way under the bridge here. City Kids Adventures is an outdoor mentoring program. All the participants on the float that you see, they'll actually be going to the Grand Canyon National Park, Big Bend, Yosemite, Arches, Carlsbad Caverns for a summer tour in 2024. It's an organization that provides a family environment, gives kids an opportunity to get out, see something well beyond their own horizons, and fall in love with the great outdoors.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to have a blast. At all those places,
yes,
the Arches is an incredible place. The Grand Canyon is just beyond amazement when you see it.
I've never been.
Beautiful, and they get to go.
So badly.
Maybe you can ride along with the kids. They'll take it. Hop on, Myra. It's Summer Tour 2024.
You know what? It sounds like a great adventure to me.
It's a City Kids Adventures, and their theme of the Grand Canyon. Look at the size of those cactuses. I thought you were going to comment on the very realistic painting of you on the side and in the back.
We got lots of kids having their own adventures here in this crowd at the Arneson River Theater. David is making sure he's throwing confetti to anybody who doesn't seem to have any in their hair. And you know what we have? We're falling down on the job here, David.
Yeah?
Viva Fiesta, buddy.
Thank you. We stepped it up, though. Look at that one. That one's pretty. That one belongs in your hair. There we go.
You know what? You already got me a few times as people at home.
We're just getting started. The party's just getting started.
Okay, coming up next here, we have United States Sea Services. This float represents the numerous Navy and Coast Guard commands located in or around San Antonio. San Antonio's home for the Navy's Hospital Corpsmen and Master-at-Arms training courses.
And Lieutenant Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little bit too quiet for more heroes joining us.
I always love to see the Navy going down the San Antonio River. The good news is their ship fits.
And they're having a good time on that float.
That's a float I don't want to be on if things go bad. I would feel the same as if I were in my mother's arms. Thank you to our U.S. Sea Services.
Get that image out of your head.
Oh, everybody loves their mama.
Oh. All right, we are taking you places you may never have been before. On a barge during the Texas River Parade. Look at that. That's barge cam right there.
KSAT 12 barge cam showing you the view along the river because, yes, we're set up here to broadcast from the Artisan River Theater, but lining the entire stretch of the river, we have a citywide crowd. Families, people from in town, from out of town, who have come to check out this one-of-a-kind parade. And it looks like they're having a pretty good time doing it.
The float.
Oh, look at that guy.
Oh, cute. The float that Barge Cam is on has not reached us yet, so we will be anticipating the arrival of Barge Cam here in the Artisan River Theater. So that'll be an exciting moment for us.
I love the families with blankets. They got picnic style set up tonight. Everybody's having fun every way that they can.
You are now seeing Christus Children and Christus Santa Rosa Health System River Barge come under the bridge and down the river in front of the crowd here at the Artisan River Theater. What started as a single hospital right in the heart of downtown now is an entire family of hospitals. They have clinics and ERs all throughout the city. They're in New Braunfels, they're in San Marcos as part of Christus Health, Christus Children, and Christus Santa Rosa. Proud of the legacy and care of compassion that is embodied in their mission to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. Viva Fiesta and Viva Christus.
You know, every time I'm fortunate enough to meet a family who has been helped by Christus Children's, they always tell such an incredible story. Sometimes these families have come from well outside of San Antonio, but they are welcomed here with a lot of services that make them feel at home during an incredibly difficult time as their kids and families are going through so much. We're lucky to have them here.
And there's a champion and champion mom right there. So beautiful to see him on the float.
Their sponsor, Christus Children's, Christus Santa Rosa Health System. Obviously, been
all right. The floats are going.
Barges continue to float.
Yeah. We're going to be right back.
We're so thankful. The children's
Welcome back to the Texas Cavaliers River Parade here at the Artisan River Theater. This parade stretches the river of San Antonio tonight. We've got another float coming around the bend that David and I got a pretty good preview of, and you're not going to want to miss this one.
We're going to the museum right now. We're hanging out with Children's Bereavement Center, and they're taking us to the museum with like dinosaurs. How cool is that?
So the theme tonight is Viva America. So every one of these floats represents a key landmark across America. Something that you know, something you've heard of, something that's pretty iconic in America.
I would say a museum is pretty iconic in America.
A field museum's pretty good.
Especially if it's got a dinosaur in it.
Those masks are fantastic. A dancing T-Rex.
Well, here we go. Everybody together. This
group here on board tonight is the Children's Bereavement Center. They provide some incredible services for families through really challenging, difficult times, giving them love, hope, support, bringing that back into their lives after loss.
We are the only ones watching the River Parade in this beautiful location tonight.
Okay, now the next barge is one of my favorites because of what it represents. You talk about iconic in this country. This is the Children of the Republic of Texas. That's iconic right there. But their float theme is Area 51.
Is there life out there?
Somewhere. That's a good question.
This is the Alamo Mission chapter of the Children of the Republic of Texas. It's the very first one to exist in the state of Texas. Founded way back in 1934. Their members are all focused on keeping that rich history alive and encouraging the study of Texas history.
Which is going to make that Texas Cavalier Education Center that much better, because this is what these kids and these folks are encouraging folks to do, is go learn more about Texas. And you know, we got a lot of people moving to Texas. They're coming from all over the country.
Every day, it seems.
So you need to learn about the Alamo. You need to learn about Texas, because nothing is ever bigger. Everything is bigger.
I love seeing people who are down on the river, maybe their first time to San Antonio in general, and they decided to come during Fiesta. They may have known it's Fiesta, maybe not, but they came at a fantastic time. We met some of those folks earlier here today asking, what is this all about? What is Fiesta? Well, welcome to town, folks. This is it. This is our 10-day party with a purpose on the San Antonio River tonight.
Next float is the Down Syndrome Association of Texas, Route 66. Have you ever taken Route 66 anywhere?
I have
been
not.
on Route 66? Gotta try one. You can need to go into some of these places. You gotta get out more.
You telling me I need to take a big vacation?
Yeah, you do.
I fully support that.
The Down Syndrome Association of South Texas celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Proud to continue its mission to provide lifelong services and support to children and adults living with Down syndrome and their families here in South Texas. Yeah, you need to go to the Arches and the Grand Canyon and take Route 66.
I got to make a list?
I'll plan it for you. How about,
Okay.
I'll plan your vacation.
You can be my
for you.
travel agent?
I can do that.
Okay. I hope your fee is not too high.
This guy got loose or something. I mean, it's just some guy going down the river. He ended up in the middle of a parade. What happened there?
You know, he's really missing a theme. I don't think he's feeling very festive.
All right, here we go.
Next up, now this is a place we all know, Padre Island. The group on board is Boysville, a Texas home for girls and boys, dating back all the way to 1943. That's when they started out helping boys, but now they serve almost 300 kids a year from birth to 23 years old, both boys and girls.
Nick Dante is their DJ on for us, so he's cranking out the hits for them.
And the participants, Don, Director of Fundraising and Grants, Christina Hall, Case Manager Supervisor, Tara Hemphill, Case Manager, and the kids, David Caden, Oshia, Eugene McKenzie, and...
All right, now coming under the bridge is the folks who actually run Bexar County. This is the Bexar County Commissioners Court. County Judge and Commissioners are all on board this float as we continue with the Texas Cavaliers River Parade. Look at that scene right there, just coming under the bridge.
At the helm there, County Judge Peter Sakai giving us all a big wave. We got the commissioners on board there with him.
Judge Peter Sakai is the court's presiding officer and serves as the spokesman.
Rebecca Clay Flores, Justin Rodriguez, Grant Moody, and Tommy Calvin.
We welcome our participants, Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai.
Your Bexar County Commissioner, County Judge.
Precinct 2 Commissioner Justin Rodriguez. Precinct 3 Commissioner Grant Moody. Precinct 4 Commissioner Tommy Calvert. And that is...
You know what I haven't heard in a while?
What's that?
I haven't heard Adam Caskey's Canyon.
Uh-oh.
Canyon. De Castellon.
Where is he?
I don't know. That's always a question.
There he is. There's Adam.
Did we spot him?
Yeah, we spotted him.
All right, we're going to have to get him on camera here pretty soon.
Fire one off, Adam. Go ahead. Go ahead, Adam. We're ready. Fire one off. See if you can just do one. Right. See him way over there? He's almost on the bridge. He's over there right behind the little opening over there by the bridge. Ah, I knew he was. There he is. There he is. Okay. All right, there's a float coming, so hurry before the float gets here. Let us fire one of those babies off.
Ah, look who's on board this float. You want to talk about a packed barge.
That's it. That's the Fiesta Children.
Fiesta Children. Now, we saw these mascots going by, David and I, earlier tonight. That's Marina. She is the mascot for the Go Rio Cruises.
Marina the Turtle. And that was the tower. That's the tower. That's the Tower of the Americas right there, is it not?
With a smile.
With a smile. A little shorter than the other tower, but still the tower. It's still cute.
It's the tower that could fit under the bridge.
There you go. Gotta have one of those. Oh, I heard it. I heard Adam. Okay. All right.
All right, Kasky.
Party until you have some confetti.
There you go.
It's no party without confetti. Are you ready for some confetti? Are you ready? Oh, we're ready for some confetti.
Uh-oh.
3, 2, 1. Woo!
Wow.
Give it up for Fiesta! Now it's officially a party. We're ready to go. You want some cascarones, kids? Oh yeah, look at her light up. Look at her eyes. No worry, you can there you go.
Oh, I appreciate this. A sister getting a brother.
It all comes full circle. That's too much fun down here.
Hashtag ready for some confetti.
How are the kids reacting to your confetti tonight? Yeah.
Oh, they're loving it. The kids always love it the most. That's the thing. They love it. Gets them into it. It just lifts the atmosphere and lifts the mood. It always does. And, you know, this is my perfect caliber confetti cannon. I've got a few other calibers, and I keep them around. And I just decided to break out one of the older ones, one of the original canyons.
The OG canyon.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm pretty sure there is some OG confetti still hanging in the rafters of the KSAT studios after he decided to fire that off in...
So do you measure the quality of your cannon the same way you measure when you're doing your Thursday thermometers?
You got to be accurate.
Yeah.
You got to be good.
Yeah.
You got to make it just right. And actually, there is still confetti inside Monarch Trophy Studio where they make a lot of the medals in the back room, wedged up in the ceiling. There's still a bunch of confetti there. Yep. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
All right, we got a second.
Giving.
Fire another one off. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I got to refill. I got to reload. So you got to give me a minute. It's a muzzle loader. It takes a little while. So I can't just throw a clip in there and go. You know, I got to feed it down to the top and then push it down and then pressurize it, get it to good 70
It's a whole process.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm glad you're not in a confetti battle. You have to stop and reload like that.
Don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. You know? This is old school. I'm a very simple man, and this is a very simple device. But
that's
fun.
But a fun one.
Yes.
A rowdy one.
All right.
Rowdy one, baby. Oh, it's time to do the guitar.
All right, go reload.
This song's got the crowd going here. It's some Journey. It's always going to get people going.
Go reload, and we'll come back to you in about 10, 15 minutes. Or however long it takes to get that thing. He's got the muzzle loader. He's up there with the stick jamming that confetti down in there. Is that what he's doing? We got the crowd going, though. How do you go wrong with Journey?
You don't.
They're all singing.
All right, we got a break in the floats, but not a break in the action. The crowd's into it. We'll bring you back into it after this break. Welcome back to the Arneson River Theater. We have another barge coming underneath the bridge as this 79th Texas Cavaliers River Parade continues on this beautiful night in San Antonio.
This is the Greater San Antonio Chamber of Commerce barge, more than 1,750 members. San Antonio Chamber of Commerce, the largest and most influential pro-business organization in the region. They have been promoting businesses, and they've had a success of doing that for over 130 years.
A lot of UTSA pride on board that barge as well. They got the cheerleaders, they got the mascot. A lot of orange and blue.
Coming up another great football season.
Yeah, is that Rowdy?
And that's Rowdy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Jeff Traylor is the head coach of the football team. And they've got other champions as a Tier 1 university. So that means they get a lot of money to do research, which is great because that means it's coming to San Antonio and it's coming to the UTSA. So we love that. So they haven't been top Tier 1 for a while.
It's a benefit to the entire city, not just the campus, but it's been great to watch UTSA grow. Have you seen their new building downtown? Last couple of years, it opened right in the heart of downtown, right near City Hall. It is top-notch, state-of-the-art. It's a really cool resource to see it spreading, not only from what was the main campus and has been for a long time out off of 1604, but now the downtown campus and another location in the heart of the city as well.
And they're growing out there. Where you say their sports are growing, becoming more popular. So,
your mayor and city council.
All right, we saw our county representatives. Now here are those with the city. The city of San Antonio's mayor, as well as the San Antonio City Council on board with their families.
Once again, San Antonio, for those of you who are new to our city, believe it or not, we are the 7th largest city in the United States. We're not quite like Dallas and Houston and Chicago because we don't have a whole lot of surrounding areas in the county, but when you just count San Antonio itself, right here in the middle of Bexar County, we are the 7th largest in the country. We have some of the best history in the country. We are part of the UNESCO Heritage Collection of all these missions in San Antonio, so that's what those folks right there represent, this kind of city.
And you know what? You know what title always sticks out to me? UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy. San Antonio holds that title. That means we have a lot of good food here. That's what that means.
Okay.
I think that's a fancy way of saying we know good food.
You know, those morning tacos and evening burritos, those will do it for you.
All right, we have a lot to get to tonight. We are just a few floats in, believe it or not. It's getting a little bit darker out here. The crowd's getting into it. We have had a great night so far with this Viva America theme. Each one of these floats representing something iconic in America. Take a guess at what this one is.
Nolans.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
UTSA float, their theme is New Orleans. And did you know that the San Antonio Riverwalk, the idea of making this a place with shops and restaurants, or really a destination, that came from some inspiration from New Orleans. The architect who came up with this idea, he had worked in New Orleans before. He saw what that city did with its French heritage and really found a way to show that off. He came back to San Antonio and wanted to do the same here with San Antonio's Spanish culture and our incredible resource here on the river. So Robert H.H. Hugman, he's the guy who created this whole idea and used NOLA as inspiration.
And once again, that was UTSA represented there. And you know, that was one thing about UTSA. It used to just be a daytime college, and it's grown into like dorms and a big time university. So they are really growing out there on the northwest side of San Antonio. And here we go.
U.S. Army North. Fort Sam Houston is home to U.S. Army North and Army South, the two Army commands. And on board, they always have a good musical act. 323rd Army Band, Fort Sam's own.
The headquarters responsible for the day-to-day operation of U.S. Army installations worldwide and mission and installation, contracting command. The headquarters also responsible for acquisition of goods and services vital to the soldiers' mission and well-being around the world. The U.S. Army Medical Center of Excellence on Fort Sam Houston trains nearly 30,000 soldiers with more than 360 medical training and education programs there every single year. The participants include Lieutenant General.
I think we hear Adam Caskey getting his next round of Fetty ready.
Does this mean he's loaded and ready for bear?
How you doing down there, Adam?
I hope so.
You gotta dance with me when we get confetti going. We gotta dance. Are you ready for some confetti? Yes! 3, 2, 1. Now it's Viva Fiesta, buddy. Yes!
There we go.
Yeah, see, it's a gift that we got perfect windage for it today. Just kind of mixes it around the bowl in here, gets the kids on their feet, gets people in the mood. It ain't fiesta without the Fetty.
No.
The perfect
Not
windage.
at all.
So he's going to give us like how fast the wind is blowing, the direction the wind is coming from, and what's going to happen in the next 30, 45 minutes because of just the confetti.
Got to check authority radar because I think we'll have enough to really start detecting it here later on tonight. Maybe go 3D with the radar to look at our confetti spread.
You know what, Adam? The bats have nothing on your Fetty.
The bats wish they had something on the Fetty.
You can see the bats on radar, but also the Fetty.
Ooh, we have another barge coming. Here we go. Perfect timing.
All right. Up next here, we have the Fiesta San Antonio Commission, the executive committee. The Fiesta Commission is the umbrella organization that organizes all 10 days of this party with a purpose.
They were established back in 1959, and thank goodness, because there's so much going on. We need somebody to have control over everything and make sure everything runs smoothly. So this is your Fiesta San Antonio Commission taking care of everything. Through the support of participating member organizations, they help present a safe, educational, and annual celebration of diverse heritage, culture, and the spirit of San Antonio for its residents and its visitors. And we've talked about it before, but we've already got visitors, people just showing up and going, wow, there's a party going on at the river. Great timing for them.
And on board with them tonight, they have the Texas Party DJs.
With Texas Party DJs, DJs Entertainment on board.
Did you know that more than 2.5 million people participate in Fiesta every year?
Wow.
2.5 million. That's a lot of funnel cake and chicken on a stick. Ooh. And a lot of cascarones down there. And a lot of confetti flying through the air from Adam.
The commission estimates an economic impact of more than $340 million.
That's a lot of that's a lot of it's a lot of chicken on a stick and everything else they serve. Yeah, cascarones. Yeah, everything. It's amazing. Speaking of cascarones, it's been a while.
It has. Oh, man.
That's a full one there.
You know what? I feel like you got some extra Fetty this year. All right, up here now we have the Good Samaritan Community Service. They're ready to play ball. Their theme is Gateway Arch here tonight. Good Samaritan Community Services is a nonprofit social service agency. It's been an anchor in supporting San Antonio's west side for over 72 years now, funded with money raised from the Episcopal Diocese.
Their sponsors, Stacy Locke, participants, Dr. Lisa Eversole, the Chief Development Officer, Patricia.
I'm sorry, I was handing out medals. I'm sorry.
Oh, check this out. They got a coordinated dance.
Oh,
they got choreography.
Julie, the musician, and Lisa. Thank you, Julie and Lisa.
Have you ever been to the Arch?
I haven't, David. I mean, I'm not batting 1,000. Yeah.
I've actually been in the Arch. You can go in an elevator and go all the way up to the top of the Arch there in St. Louis.
Oh, wow.
The gateway to the west.
Okay, you recognize some of these characters?
There's an owl. I saw that.
Special Reach, that's the organization, and their theme is Universal, as in Universal Studios.
Ooh.
They got some minions on board. Thing 1, Thing 2.
A little bit about Special Reach. They provide year-round dynamic enrichment programs for children with developmental delays and respite for their families. Some 1,200 children attend Special Reach programs, including Friday night parties, summer programs, and San Antonio adventure programs. Great organization.
Oh, check out some crowns. Always one of my favorite parts of Fiesta. Seeing the royalty, seeing the jewels. And this is Visit San Antonio. Their theme is Tombstone.
Ever been to Tombstone? I'm gonna quit asking.
You know what? You should. How about this? I'll tell you when I've been somewhere.
Well, we're running out of floats.
Oh no, we're just getting started here.
All right.
Visit San Antonio is all about promoting San Antonio. What we have here, the things that we all know and love, and the things that attract people from all over the country to make San Antonio one of the premier tourist destinations in the country and certainly all across the state.
The Alamo, the Riverwalk, all the missions, the historic missions, and just hanging out, enjoying good food. I mean, you know, see, that's a party in itself. You just come down here and eat.
You know what? For people who came in from out of town who are visiting us right now, what a beautiful time to be in San Antonio. We don't usually have springs like this.
No, this is
at least not late April.
Perfect night for a parade. Crowds loving it here in the Artisan River Theater. Folks on those barges are having a wonderful time.
I love their glasses. The Ark of San Antonio, founded in 1954 by parents who believed that their children with intellectual or developmental disabilities deserved more. They deserve to be included. They deserve to be part of their communities and have the services that they need. That is the mission of the Ark of San Antonio.
I don't think it's going to be very long before our next float comes through.
Okay, I think up next, we got a lot of ladies in yellow. You know what that means during Fiesta? The ladies in yellow.
The ladies in yellow.
The Battle of Flowers.
Battle of Flowers.
Association. And did you know that's how Fiesta got started? 1891, a group of women got together and they wanted to find a way to honor Texas heroes. So they came up with this idea of a Battle of Flowers parade where they had horse-drawn carriages decorated with fresh flowers.
Speaking of those horse-drawn carriages, you can see pictures of days gone by of all the different parades. There was a picture that somebody took of the River Parade, and the king had his horse on a barge. And that was like in the 1940s or 50s, some back there. But if you go to our website, ksat.com, you can find these pictures and scroll through them. And they used to have, there weren't floats. It was like the River Parade, but or a Battle of Flowers parade. It was a completely different parade, and it was all local businesses. They just had a parade for local businesses.
I love that. So, that's how it all got started. This entire thing was built around Battle of Flowers. This parade is now in its 133rd year. And a fact I love about Battle of Flowers, it is the only parade in the country that is organized and directed entirely by female volunteers. By women. The ladies are in charge.
Maybe? Is that why it runs so smooth all the time?
That's exactly why. No. It's coming up on Friday, and FYI, if you're thinking about heading out there and you want to come check out a KSAT party for Battle of Flowers, we got tickets. We got tickets for that as well as Flambeau. You can find those on KSAT.com.
And you know the most important thing that I found out?
What?
There's bathrooms there at our KSAT party.
Priceless access to bathrooms.
All right, San Antonio German Club is floating on by. We always like this float every year. Formed in 1880 by a group of single young men, first known as the Ascension Club. The name changed in 1890 to the San Antonio German Club.
San Antonio German Club has presented its debutantes during San Antonio's social season.
Christian, Anna, Hope, Helen, Sophia, Tatum, Sophie, Catalina, Kelsey, Madeline, Carla, and Peyton.
Are they doing the ballroom dance known as the German right now?
This is the German dance.
That's what they're known for, the German dance. It's a ballroom dance.
What a great night here on the river in San Antonio. So many great groups being represented, so much history. And we are going to go now to float number 27. Can you believe there's already been...
Okay, the next float coming underneath Rosita's Bridge here at the Artisan River Theater. Remember how we showed you Barge Cam a little bit earlier? This is where Barge Cam lives tonight.
So we're going to get a different view. We're going to get an idea what it's like to be on the barge, looking up at the crowd as we've shown you coming down the riverboat. Let's see what the Artisan River Theater looks like from the barge. Always wanted to be on one of these
We'll have
barges.
to turn around and wave to Barge Cam here in a minute. This is Methodist Healthcare's float. You've seen their name all around town. They have 10 hospitals, 12 ERs, freestanding ERs, and 21 urgent care centers in all parts of San Antonio.
All right, there it is. There's the Barge Cam view. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Turn around and wave to Barge Cam.
That's pretty cool.
Make some noise for that amazing group.
Oh, Adam Caskey. They have glitter confetti. They got sparkly confetti. I'm putting in a request for next year.
He's going to have to up his game next year. Oh, you see a KSF photographer right there in the front of the barge.
Hi, Alexis.
She's got it. Alexis is shooting all the crowd. People on the bar. That's a great shot. I like that. See, there you get another view.
All right, in just a second, we're going to be reading girls 8 and 8.
All right, David Sears, you want to know what?
What's that?
The theme for this next float is Smoky Mountains, and guess what? I've been there.
Oh!
I've been there twice.
Tell us about it. What are the Smoky Mountains? I'll tell you about Girls Inc. if you'll tell me about the Smoky Mountains.
Beautiful. They're beautiful. I recently went last July. Yeah, for a cousin's wedding. It's a beautiful part of the country, and I just want to make sure that it's noted. Write that down, that I have been to
Okay, we got this. I'm going to circle that one.
Yeah, just put a big star next to it.
One of the natural beauties of the United States, and you've been there.
Hey, that's right. And you know what? The group that has this theme tonight is one of my favorite organizations in San Antonio.
Why is that?
Girls Inc. of San Antonio. They are a fantastic group, founded in 2004. Their mission is all about creating strong, smart, bold, independent young women. They help them out with so many different kinds of programs from the age of 6 to 18, just creating a strong foundation for their future. And I think that that is so important, especially to have female role models and female camaraderie.
Would you be surprised if one of the young ladies, or more than one of the young ladies in this organization, actually grew up and was part of the Battle of Flowers parade to put it together?
I would not.
You know, that's all women.
I sure wouldn't.
So, God bless them.
I got to host one of their fundraisers a couple of years ago, and it was really inspiring to be surrounded by such a unique mission, and one that we're lucky to have right here in town.
I'm excited that you've actually been to the Smoky Mountains. That just made my night. Now we can move on. I'm not going to ask you anymore.
I'm excited I've been there too.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, this theme is pretty obvious. Vegas.
St. Jude's Ranch, Vegas.
SJRC, or St. Jude's Ranch for Children. They're known today as SJRC Texas. They do incredible things for foster youth in 27 different counties. They have helped out 70,000 abandoned, abused, or neglected kids with foster services, reunification services, all the things that are so desperately needed in a situation like that.
And they're not just here in Bexar County, they're in 27 surrounding counties. So that's how important their mission is to help these kids. We're talking about residential foster care, adoption services, reunification, kinship services, community-based care, parenting, prevention program they have, a family resource center, and aging out of services for youth in foster care, which has always been a concern for the people who are foster care parents or who want to adopt is these kids can age out. So where do they go when they age out? Well, this organization will help take care of that situation for them. So great organization.
Oh, check out that sign. Give me a grito. San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the first Hispanic chamber in the entire country.
900 members. That's incredible. That shows you how the Hispanic community and small businesses have grown here in San Antonio over the years to have 900 members in the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. That's incredible. That's awesome. That's why people are moving to San Antonio. They want to be part of this great organization, this great city. Build your business right here.
They got a packed barge. They're feeling festive.
I wish I had a grito.
All these years? Still don't have one? That's all right. Producer Alyssa in our ear is telling David Sears, just do it. No? That's all right. You know what? Instead of that,
I got to build up.
We'll do some confetti.
Well, that'll work. You do it.
It's for you, though.
Is that what?
All right,
it?
we got some of our production team here. They got a better one. Girl Scouts of Southwest Texas coming under the bridge, and their theme, Everglades.
That is awesome. As the oldest continuously operating children's charity exclusively serving girls in the region, 2024.
They are the oldest continuously operating children's charity, exclusively serving girls in this region. And on board their band, let's listen in. It's the Mariachi Angeles del Cielo.
In a WBO Living Up members, we welcome Major General Angie Salinas.
You know, the good news is they don't have an out. Well, they got an out. Look at the size of that alligator. Whoa! Just to let you know that I have been to
I haven't, David Sears.
But you've been to the Smoky Mountains. The Everglades were fun. It was when the Spurs were playing the Miami Heat in the NBA championships back in 13 and again in 14. We got
you went to the Everglades then?
Yeah, we got to go on a story one day because they weren't playing that one day.
I was with you in 2013 in Miami, but I guess I didn't get the Everglades story that day.
You were busy. You were doing serious stuff. I was hanging out.
Probably not.
Got on one of those airboats and took off through the Everglades,
cool.
Saw some alligators. That part wasn't.
Man,
that
I
was
should have hooked up with you and your photographer that day.
I'm telling you, I would have taken you around the world by now.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Of the Alamo.
And
welcome back
to the Artisan River Theater. That was good. We were together on that one.
In unison. It's like we've been doing this for a little bit. Our 9th year here for the Texas Cavaliers River Parade. And this is where the royalty comes in tonight. Royalty is a fiesta signature. This is the Order of the Alamo and their queen that they crowned, Her Majesty Paige Johnson and Her Royal Highness Margaret McCloskey Kelleher of the Court of the Magic of Morocco.
It's like you had a bow or something, shouldn't you? Curtsy or something?
Curtsy, yes. I'll do my best to curtsy up here behind this desk. So the Order of the Alamo, I believe they were founded in 1909. That's when they crowned their first queen. And they crown a queen, princess, and 24 Dutch a chance to go to the Whitty Museum. Every year they have all of those gorgeous gowns that are so elaborately beaded. They have those on display, and they are something to see.
They're very intricate, kind of like this. That's interesting.
This is not nearly as prestigious and beautiful as those gowns, but you know what? It's festive.
That's all I got. That's all I got. That's what I got. But it looks good on you, though.
You know what? Every year this time I wear it well.
This is a great barge right here. This is the USS San Antonio. This is a replica of what the real USS San Antonio ship looks like. This is absolutely amazing. It was named by former San Antonio native U.S. Navy Secretary John Dalton, commissioned in 2006. The warship, it's a warship, measures 100 by 700, has a crew of 300 sailors and officers, and a battalion of 800 U.S. Marines. And it is actually in the ocean as we speak. It is stationed.
It is a working ship.
It's a working ship. It's stationed, its home port is Naval Station Norfolk. That's in Virginia.
You did some research on this one.
I did.
You were excited about this.
Because I was pretty excited about that.
They got a band on board. Let's listen in. Luce Amen, performer, composer of Viva Fiesta, and singing Anchors Away.
Captain Shane Marchese, commanding officer, the CO, the XO, AOC, Rafael Guardiola, as well as machinist mate George Archer, Regina Goulet, whole maintenance tech, Robert.
As they sail on by, you know what their motto is?
What is it?
What would be pure San Antonio as a motto? Never retreat, never surrender.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Okay, next up, we have the National Panhellenic Council. Their theme, Seattle Space Needle. They are known as the Divine Nine, a collective organization that brings together historically black Greek organizations, fraternities, and sororities. They play a big role in scholarship and in community service.
You know, now that the sun's going down a little bit, we're actually able to see the beautiful crowns with the lights, the beautiful ladies on the float. We're able to see all the lights, all the decorations that they put on there. They have gone way out to make these things look absolutely fantastic. That is the Space Needle in Seattle.
And their band on board, the Tailpipes.
What an appropriate song, Rolling on the River. The Tailpipes, Frank Burlingame. Great job, guys. Andy, who have on this one?
Well, I do want to say a big thank you to Shark Pool for bringing us
All right, that spotlight is looking for our next barge coming out of the bridge here at the Arneson. This is another member of Fiesta royalty.
That's the attitude on board. Who do we have, Anthony? Tell us more. We welcome El Rey Fido.
El Rey.
Maybe not the king or queen you were expecting.
Well, look at that dog. Like, I am a king. Look at that. How great is that? Of course, no guessing, this is the San Antonio Humane Society, and their float theme is Times Square. And of course, they have done so much for this community, so much for the stray dogs, stray cats, adoption. Matter of fact, the new Lee Naylor building completed over 15,000 spay and neuter specialty surgeries. Cherished tradition of El Rey Fido originated back in 2002, and it has transformed from a pun on Fiesta royalty into an annual fundraising competition. So it's not just a matter of can you become El Fido, but it's also raising money to help the dogs and cats in our community.
Yeah, it started out as a pun, a little bit of a joke there, El Rey Fido.
Yeah.
A pun on El Rey Feo, and now, guess what? He's four-legged royalty.
What did you say earlier? It was the royal duchess of the football and the royal duchess, the chew toy, the royal the duke of the fire.
And speaking of royalty,
Some interesting names. Speaking of royalty, Anthony, it's time to go to the
I say it here, it comes out there.
Up next, we have El Rey Feo, the 75th John McFadden, the People's King for Fiesta 2024. I love the story of El Rey Feo as he leans his crown down onto the bridge to make sure it fits, of how all of this got started. There was already King Antonio, there were already queens crowned by the Order of the Alamo, and about 20 years after the first King Antonio was crowned, a group got together and said, we want a king of the people, the people's king. So that's how El Rey Feo was born.
This particular El Rey Feo, John McFadden, is actually the first military retiree to become El Rey Feo. So congratulations to him. And this, matter of fact, the Scholarship Foundation has raised over $7 million for scholarships to 3,000 students, 100 students, presently receiving $2,000 for books and tuition. And you know, they could use the help, and that's what that foundation is all about, helping those students when they get ready to go to that next level of education. That float is full of people, too.
Oh, I love the crowns every year. They are custom made.
Those aren't, you can't just buy those off a shelf.
I wish I could.
You can't go into the crown store and buy those. Those are custom made. So, you know, and you were talking about the gowns that the queens wear, how intricate these are. Look at how intricate those crowns are. So, you know, that
it's all
was not
personalized
easy to do.
for the royalty.
Yeah.
Up next, Animal Defense League. And their theme, one you'll recognize, as it comes back up. Because they had to lay down Lady Liberty to get underneath the bridge.
Just for a moment.
Statue of Liberty.
So you want to give them a round of pause.
Speaking of puns.
For their help. 90th anniversary they've been around. 90 years.
Wow.
since 1934, saving the lives of thousands of pets in San Antonio and the surrounding areas. And we know how much we love our pets, but it sure is nice to have organizations like this that'll help step in and take care. They take care of rescued cats and dogs, provide medical treatment, nutrition, shelter in a safe live release facility until they are matched with their forever family.
As we continue on. Here we go, Purple Up USA.
Okay, this next one, Purple Up, the military children of San Antonio. Purple Up USA celebrates the military child today and every single day, and we have so many of them in Military City, USA. And David, I know you are a member of a family that served in the military. You were a military child, so you know how the entire family really serves. The entire family sacrifices.
It's a sacrifice, especially when your dad or your mom or brother or sister goes off to fight in a war overseas. Mine went to Vietnam twice, and we didn't have the modern technology that they have today. We're sending reel-to-reel tapes back and forth. It gets there 3 weeks later, and then they send them back 3 weeks later, and you might get it within 3 weeks. A lot of letter writing. A lot of letter writing and a lot of sacrifice. But here's part of the fun part. That's why I've been to so many places.
Yeah.
Because my dad was in the Air Force, and I was one of the military children. So we got to travel all over the world, literally.
Well, we appreciate them being a huge part of our community, and we're glad to recognize those children and those families. As we take a look down the river outside of the Arneson River Theater, still a crowd joining us to enjoy this beautiful night along the water. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Texas Cavaliers River Parade. A parade within a parade. This is the Fiesta Flambeau Parade Association represented on this float. Of course, they are the group in charge of planning what will be coming our way next Saturday night, the country's largest illuminated night parade here in San Antonio.
And you will be a part of that as well, correct?
That's right. Myself and Stefania Jimenez, we are going to be hosting the KSAT broadcast. I have said it once, and I'll say it 1,000 times, an all-female flambeau this year.
I don't know how to react to that. It's like awesome. Then it's going to be an incredible show. It's going to be a wonderful show.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm lucky I get to do 2 parades this year, and these are both so unique. Both the River Parade, both Flambeau. They're 2 parades unlike anything we have anywhere else.
Their floats coming down the river. The Liberty Bell. You know, there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Okay. You know, we like this to be part educational as well as just entertaining. We're trying.
Trinity, of course, is right in the heart of San Antonio, one of the nation's top universities. Hey, they were ranked one of the top 100 colleges in America and number 4 of the entire state of Texas.
We also welcome Malali Islam, President of Trinity University alumni, Randy Jones, VP.
Well, here's a good one. I like this one. Within 6 months of graduation, 98% of Trinity's graduates of the class of 2023 were employed. Well, that's pretty important.
That's key.
So you got a good shot at getting a job to go to Trinity.
All right, our cowboy announcers down on the stage. They're going to be excited about this one. San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo represented on this float.
Seems like just yesterday.
I swear I think it was. Between Rodeo, then Eclipse, right into Fiesta. We have had so many big events going on in San Antonio. It's been more than a 10-day party.
Here's what's amazing about the San Antonio Stock Show. You got all the entertainment, you got all the cowboys, you got the carnival, you got the food, you got the shopping, but you also have $255 million in scholarships, grants, livestock auction, and endowments going out to all these kids, not just in the San Antonio area, but all over South Texas, and for that fact, all over the state of Texas. And it's always amazing to me when you go out there to see how many kids come to show their animals. And we're not just talking steers and cows, we're talking chickens and rabbits and all kinds of animals. And it's absolutely pigs. It's amazing. It absolutely is amazing.
Isn't there a new animal was it this year? There's a new animal next year, the jackalope. I think that's an animal that's coming to the rodeo, which I thought was pretty cool. They give away so much money in scholarships, $255 million over the years from the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Oh, here's a close-up look at our judges. Do not envy their job tonight. Each of those 3 judges and some of their spouses sitting there, they are in charge of ranking the themes tonight to see which floats will take top honors.
This is like David Elder's like 3rd or 4th year doing this, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's done this before, so he's old hat at this. And he knows how important the judging is. And then, of course, there was Jesse James
UIW, University of the Incarnate Word, their theme is One World Trade Center. And then you got Red the Cardinal, also on board the float.
What's amazing about Incarnate Word is right there at the headwaters of the San Antonio River. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
It's amazing. Recently voted best university in the nation for its service to our nation's veterans by Military Times Magazine in the annual Best for Vets rankings.
We're lucky to have so many universities, so many colleges here in San Antonio. When you really start tallying them up, we got a long list.
Take a while to name them. I'd have to think about it for a while.
We'd have to write them down first.
All right, San Antonio Commission royalty. And of course, with royalty, what's that mean? Hollywood. That is Miss Fiesta.
Oh, check that out. They got an Oscar wearing a flower crown. 2024 Miss Fiesta, Sierra Davila. Also on board, there are a total of 9 members of official Fiesta royalty, but on that float, we also had Reina de la Feria de las Flores, the Teen Queen, Charo Queen, Queen of Soul, and Miss San Antonio.
San Antonio
That's a royal float.
Association making their way in right now.
It
Their
is.
Team is Miami Beach. How ironic.
Oh, San Antonio Zulu Association.
And Miami Beach, everybody.
Their theme, Miami Beach. This group was put together in 1976 as a social, civic, nonprofit organization. In '78, 2 years later, it was chartered with the state of Texas.
They only had 10 founding members back then.
And you know what? They put on one of the best events of all of Fiesta,
What's it called?
A Taste of New Orleans.
All right, let's listen to some music here.
In 1979, the organization began with richly acclaimed and annual reconcile picnics celebrating Juneteenth. The organization held those annual picnics at Lavado Park in Cottonwood Grove, gaining a faithful following, mainly from the military. The San Antonio Zulu Association is the producer of A Taste of New Orleans, the annual Mardi Gras event and benefactor of the
All right, our next float coming under the bridge is going to be Catholic Charities.
Their theme, Golden Gate Bridge. You can add that one to your list, David Sears. I've been to that one.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Wow.
And the last one, Miami Beach.
Been there?
Yeah.
When the Spurs were playing
When the Spurs were playing Miami in 2013.
That works.
Catholic Charities was established in 1941, serves as the social service arm of the San Antonio Archdiocese.
So I guess the Golden Gate Bridge and Godzilla are is that Godzilla?
That's right.
It's Godzilla. So Godzilla's going to eat up the Golden Gate Bridge, is that what that is? Or he's just partying.
Godzilla's got some moves.
Last year, the Catholic Charities provided.
Okay, now the next one's going to be really fun as soon as Godzilla gets this dance move. You know, there was a group way, way back then called Blue Oyster Cult, had a song named Godzilla. They sang about Godzilla.
I don't know the song, I know the group. Oh, let's take another look at Barge Cam down by River Center Mall.
We're going shopping.
I love getting a chance to see the crowd all along the river at different spots.
So we're going around that horseshoe, right? That's where we're going right there at Riverside.
Yeah, they got to flip it around.
Right, they got an island in the middle. Look at all the people there. Wow.
Oh, check out those medals, the hats.
They went shopping for a good time at Riverside Mall. They found one. The River Parade. That's a great shot. That's something else right there. Love that.
Okay, our next group here, Clarity Child Guidance Center. Their theme, Coney Island. Look at Muscle Man on board here.
Wow, I like that. But do you get a corny dog at Coney Island? I don't know. Do you? Okay. Then it's worth going to Coney Island if you get a corny dog.
Clarity Child Guidance Center is a nonprofit mental health treatment center for kids. Their children's mental health professionals are the largest group in the region for children who are in crisis.
They date all the way back to 1886. 13 concerned women founded an orphanage for children who had been abandoned or neglected by society over the years. It's noticed that the children who most often lived at the orphanage throughout their entire childhood years were experiencing mental, emotional, and behavioral disorders. So they evolved over several decades on those children's needs.
All right, next up, the Conservation Society of San Antonio. Their theme is Yellowstone. This is the group that their mission is preserving so many of the historical buildings, cultures, traditions in San Antonio, and they are the group behind NIOSA, Night in Old San Antonio, every year. A huge fiesta favorite. Oh, did you hear that? Our rodeo announcers on the stage, they said it's NIOSA. I said it's NIOSA. Shall we even enter that debate here tonight? No?
They're cowboys. Let
we should
go.
leave it leave it alone?
They're cowboys. They're new to this fiesta thing. They're rodeo guys.
You know what? So this is a divisive subject.
Yeah.
NIOSA.
And you know what? You really don't want to mess with a cowboy. So they can get tough because, you know, they wrestle steers and rope and ride and all that kind of stuff. So
all right, well, cowboys, I said it's NIOSA. Anyway. All right, next up here tonight, Make-A-Wish Central and South Texas. Mickey! They got a Disney theme.
Mickey!
Captain Hook, Peter Pan.
Oh, wow. What a great looking float. Make-A-Wish Foundation, they make wishes for children who have critical illnesses, and we all know that Disney is one of the best organizations to help fulfill those wishes of these kids, and they do a great job.
You know what? One of my most memorable stories to ever cover, it was years and years ago when I first got to KSAT. It was a child whose wish was being made by Make-A-Wish, and guess what he wanted to do? He wanted to ride in an elevator in a downtown building and push the buttons. That was how simple his wish was. And every single floor we went to, the employees on that floor had a different theme. There was SpongeBob. It was so cool and just so moving that was his big wish. And I will never forget that. One of the most memorable stories I ever had an opportunity to cover.
That's a pretty good story.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good wish.
Awesome.
I bet he had a blast punching those buttons too, because there's not a kid ever been on an elevator didn't like punching those buttons.
That's right, and I loved watching his little smile.
Awesome story.
Next up is Centro San Antonio. They've been around since 1999, all focused on improving downtown San Antonio.
Well, after tonight, their work is going to be cut out for them with all this confetti. That Coscaroni cannon down there, get it all in the river, and then us up here making a mess, all in your hair. So,
well, you think about how much
goodness for them.
downtown has changed since 1999, or even shoot in the last couple of years. Everything has changed downtown, so they've certainly been part of that.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. When you come to downtown, it's one of the cleanest downtowns you'll ever find. So it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, the River Parade continues in a minute. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more barges floating down the river.
Welcome back to the River Parade. Check that out, going down the river. Project Mend with their theme, Fenway and Wrigley.
Project Mend is one of those that you don't know you need until you need it.
Yes.
Because they supply a lot of the wheelchairs, walkers for folks who find themselves disabled. And
yeah, a lot of mobility
help.
devices. And so often, you know, you may have a loved one who doesn't need those devices anymore. This is an organization that takes those things, refurbishes them, and gives them to somebody who is in need. They have an incredible warehouse here in San Antonio with all of those different donations and resources. And it's amazing what they're able to provide to people.
All right, here we go.
Oh, this one's lit up.
That's a nice looking float right there. Beethoven Manacor.
1967.
And here's the Beethoven Dance Band.
Here we go.
The Beethoven Dance Band, always a big hit. You might know.
Now.
I know. Well, maybe their beer garden. Beethoven Manicor's beer garden.
That'll work.
The band performs, of course, during Fiesta, during Oktoberfest. They have monthly garden concerts and other special events as well.
That is
The Will Smith Zoo School is coming up next, and their theme is, well, that one difficult to figure out. The San Antonio Zoo is their theme. So, hey, and the San Antonio Zoo is growing fast. It's becoming one of the best zoos in the state of Texas. It's awesome. And, you know, when you got a gorilla like that, it's kind of green.
And you know what? They have a gorilla enclosure coming to the San Antonio Zoo in the next couple of years. The zoo school is pretty amazing. It is something that is highly sought after. It has a long wait list. This is a zoo, an early education center for young ones, and their school is at the zoo.
So
they're able to get out and really use that as a resource, a learning tool.
And if these kids are interested in learning about living things, all living things, maybe having a career in that, the zoo school is there for them, and that's what they do. Right there next to the San Antonio Zoo and the old Sunshine Cottage campus.
I love seeing all the lights, all the beautiful trees down here. And we have to say this again. We could not have picked a better night to have this parade. It's beautiful out here. It's actually cool in late April in San Antonio. I don't know what's going on, but let's not say it too loudly. It might change.
Well, there's bubbles. All right, it's the Alamo Colleges District. Denali. Oh, they had to lower down that bald eagle to get it under the bridge.
That is pretty cool.
You know,
a lot of these floats, if you notice, when they come under that bridge, they have to lower their marquee object and then put it back up.
They got 72,000 students taking credit, workforce, and continuing education courses annually at one of the Alamo colleges around San Antonio. They got a lot of them, so it's great. It's the most affordable education in South Texas, 350 programs of study, so if you're looking for it. They also do fields such as STEM and health sciences. A lot going on at the Alamo colleges.
I hope they got enough bubbles to last the whole parade route.
Oh, they got a ways to go.
Okay, I think this is a new group to the River Parade, the Believe It Foundation. They've been around since 2008, helping to enrich the lives of physically challenged children by including these children in the lives of their peers who don't face the same challenges. They have adaptive, the mobility equipment like adaptive bikes in schools, summer camp, other inclusive activities that a lot of other kids get to take part in. This group helps kids with physical challenges do the same.
Nice. As we've noticed, that is kind of a running theme through the parade tonight, is all these different organizations. And that's what the Cavaliers are all about, is helping the kids of San Antonio. But all these different organizations do all these different things, but it's all surrounded by just helping kids and helping them get it together and move on and become a part of society that they're very proud of. So that's
the Texas Cavaliers have a big focus on children's charities, and also an emphasis on the importance of our military men and women, our service members, who allow us to do things like this, to have a parade like this on a night in San Antonio.
This is the United Way of San Antonio, the Bexar County and Johnson Space Center. The space shuttle looks like it's ready to blast off.
Thousands of volunteers, they empower communities, children, students, individuals, and families. They're brought to you tonight.
And San Antonio, Bexar County United Way, been around for 83 years. Another one of those organizations helping folks.
Yeah, there's a lot of history represented in these various floats. We're going to take a quick break. It sounds like Adam Caskey's ready, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back as we give you a look at Barge Camp. Welcome back to the River Parade. Float exiting the Artisan River Theater, Texas A&M San Antonio. You want to talk about a campus that has exploded in recent years? That is growing by leaps and bounds on San Antonio's south side. Their theme was Key West, all different iconic places across America, and we have seen so many of them represented in these floats tonight.
700-acre campus.
It's huge.
You were saying that. 19 graduate degrees, 37 undergraduate degrees.
Oh, okay. Now we got to listen in here. This is the Sheriff's Office Mariachi Band. We got Sheriff Javier Salazar represented on board there. And some good music.
For those in service right here at home, our first responders of not only Bexar County.
Okay, they don't have a theme, they don't have lights, but they are first responders behind that lit up barge, and we got to have them out here tonight, Caskey.
It's time to yell forward.
It is time to yell this. He's been wanting to yell for. This is the
time they're patrolling, they're doing their job, and it looks like that may be our final quote-unquote float. Where are we?
Let's see. We might have one more.
Oh, no, we got a few more. We got
one more.
Now, this one should be our final float of the night. First Tee Golf of Greater San Antonio. Their theme is Augusta National. How about that one, David Sears? You been there?
No, I have not been there.
Yeah, me either.
You know. But I hear it's beautiful. I've seen it on TV many times.
Yeah, me too.
So, hey, the First Tee of San Antonio, they're downtown. Remember where Oak Breckenridge Park used to be?
Yeah, right there around the corner from the zoo.
The big polo field. That's now the home for First Tee. They turned that polo field into a driving range, and they teach kids how to play golf. And there's more to it than just golf. It's life lessons. It's discipline. It's all kinds of things. So the First Tee of San Antonio have been around a while, and they do a great job getting all kids from all walks of life. It doesn't matter where they're from, what part of the city, downtown, outside of downtown, wherever you're from. You can go down there, and they got clubs they can help you with.
Definitely more than just golf. Focus on character, core values, integrity. And this is...
That was it.
The wrap-up of the action on the river. But the job, the work, it's not over yet, because those are our judges at that Christus table. They are the ones that now have to rank all of these floats based on their theme, based on their decor. And there is a top 3 representation. Adam Caskey, what's going on?
Oh, well, we are on the stage right now, and we're all kind of ducking away because the pyrotechnics are about to go off. We've been warned. So all the judges got out of their seats. We're all plugging our ears, getting ready for the pyrotechnics. And David Elder here. Do we know the winner?
Yes. The Bereavement Center.
Okay, the Bereavement Center San Antonio. That's actually, I was going to ask, if you could be on a float, which one would you be on tonight?
Oh yeah, so the other 2 are Christus, and then the number 3, I don't think we determined number 3 just yet, but I would have been on Christus, because Nolan was that was awesome.
Yes.
That was so cool, and he is amazing, and he was up front just owning that moment. I would be on that float.
See, I kind of like the T-Rex doing the Macarena, honestly. Like, that was just... Yeah, they were committed. They didn't stop Macarenaing. Is that a word? They didn't
It's definitely a verb. Macarenaing.
Macarenaing. They didn't stop Macarenaing. And I was like, okay, that, I know it's one of the first ones. I don't want to be biased because it's first, but like,
it was good. Yeah. And also, I mean, how can you not do that the next time you do the Macarena? You have to bust out the T-Rex version. It was incredible.
Let's make it a thing.
Here we go. Now it's a party.
Wow. There's your finale right there. Absolutely fantastic.
I don't know if Adam Caskey or David Elder can hear anything after that, but you know what? The grand finale has happened, and we know our winner, the Children's Bereavement Center of South Texas, their field museum with the T-Rexes. They got top spot tonight.
We mentioned the animals doing the Macarena on there, and the ladies doing it. We mentioned all that, right?
Yeah, we sure did.
Right. What an absolutely incredible evening. The weather was perfect for a river parade.
I know.
The crowd was fantastic. And yes, the river parade, all the barges stepped up their game tonight. This is probably one of the most illuminated river parades we have ever seen. So it was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you all for being here with us every step of the way. Enjoy another San Antonio tradition, the 79th annual Texas Cavaliers River Parade, the first parade of this 10-day citywide party with a purpose. We have so many more festivities to bring you here on KSAT throughout the rest of this celebration. We hope you'll join us for the Battle of Flowers, for Fiesta Flambeau, and more to come as the city continues to come together and celebrate in every corner of San Antonio.
Caskey is still down there firing off that gas grill. Yeah. Yeah.